Welcome to Dear Fans. ADN Clark pulled into the parking lot of Luxury Motors, the premier dealership she had recently acquired in the bustling city of Sunville. The afternoon sun cast a golden glow over the high-end vehicles lined up outside, their polished exteriors gleaming. Instead of arriving in one of those sleek machines, she parked her modest SUV in an unmarked spot toward the back, dressed in a simple gray hoodie, slightly worn jeans, and sneakers. Caitlin blended in, and that was exactly the point. She wasn't here as the owner today. She was here to see how her business truly operated when no one knew who she was. As she walked through the glass doors, the cool air and faint scent of leather and fresh wax washed over her. A group of employees near the front desk were chatting and laughing, their conversation momentarily pausing. As she entered, she noticed the quick, subtle glances exchanged between them, their eyes flicking to her casual attire. Then, from across the showroom, a woman approached. A cold welcome. Elena was a middle-aged woman with sharp features, her tailored blazer and polished heels exuding authority. A clipboard tucked under her arm only added to her commanding presence. Her expression was professional at first, but there was a tightness to her smile that didn't go unnoticed. "Can I help you with something?" Elena's voice was cool clipped. Caitlin smiled politely, just looking around. Elena's gaze swept over her, assessing the polite facade, cracked just enough to reveal doubt. "Are you shopping for car?" she asked, her tone edged with skepticism. Caitlin nodded. "Something like that." Elena's lips pressed into a thin line. "We cater to a very specific clientele. Most of our inventory requires pre-qualification. Perhaps I could recommend." Before she could finish, another employee called out, pulling Elena's attention away momentarily. But when she turned back, she seemed determined to ensure Caitlin didn't stray too far. Caitlin raised an eyebrow. "You're assuming I'm not qualified?" Elena barely hesitated before responding. "I'm just trying to save you some time. These vehicles start at six figures. Maybe I can direct you to." Caitlin's expression remained neutral, but the weight of Elena's assumptions settled. She ran her fingers lightly along the door handle of a sleek silver coupe nearby. "Nice car," she commented casually. Elena's smile tightened. "It is. Perhaps when you're ready for serious inquiry, we can set up an appointment. For now, I'll have to ask you not to touch the vehicles." The message was clear. "You don't belong here." A shocking revelation. Caitlin exhaled softly, stepping away from the car. "All right," she said, her tone light but firm. "Let's hear it. What would you recommend for someone like me?" Elena hesitated, caught off guard, but she quickly recovered, posture stiffening. "Maybe something a little more budget-friendly. I can give you directions to a dealership that specializes in pre-owned vehicles." Caitlin smiled faintly, though it didn't reach her eyes. "Quite the assumption," she murmured. Elena returned moments later with a print out of used vehicles, sedans, compact hybrids, older SUVs, all well below the dealership's usual price range. "These are more access models, reliable, economical, and practical," she said. Caitlin took the list, scanned it, then casually folded the paper and tucked it into her pocket. "Appreciate the effort," she said. Elena gave a thin smile, lowering her voice as if sharing a secret. "Look, I'm just being realistic. Luxury Motors isn't for everyone. I don't want to waste your time." Caitlin met her gaze. "And what exactly makes you think I'm not your target customer?" Elena faltered for a split second. "I've been doing this a long time. I can tell when someone's out of their depth." Caitlin let out a soft chuckle. "Interesting." The tension thickened. "Tell you what, let me speak to the owner. Think we can make that happen?" Elena's brows shot up. "The owner doesn't just drop by for casual visits. They're a busy person." Caitlin nodded. "I'm sure they are, but maybe you could give them a call. I think they'd want to meet me." Elena's patience wore thin. "Ma'am, I'm trying to be polite, but this is getting ridiculous. If you're serious about buying a car, we can schedule an appointment. Otherwise." Caitlin's voice was still calm, but there was an unmistakable edge. "Otherwise, I'll have to ask you to leave." A heavy silence fell over the showroom. Without breaking eye contact, Caitlin reached into her pocket and pulled out her phone. "All right," she said, scrolling through her contacts. "I'll call the owner myself." Elena's confidence wavered. "What are you doing?" "Just making a quick call," Caitlin said, lifting the phone to her ear. "Shouldn't take long." The employees nearby had stopped their tasks, watching intently. "Yeah, it's me. I'm at the dealership. Just a little misunderstanding. Could you let them know I'm here?" A pause, then Caitlin ended the call, slipping the phone back into her pocket. "They'll be here shortly." Elena blinked. Who did you just call?" Before Caitlin could answer, the front door swung open. A sharply dressed man entered, his polished shoes clicking against the tile. His eyes immediately found Caitlin. "Miss Clark," he said, smiling as he approached, hand extended. "So good to see you." Caitlin shook his hand firmly. "Thanks for coming, Vince." The showroom held its breath. Elena's clipboard nearly slipped from her hands. "Miss Clark." Vince, the dealership's regional director, turned to Elena. "I see you've already met our new owner." Elena's face strained of color. I didn't realize she stammered. Vince's friendly expression hardened. That much is clear. A lesson in respect. The entire staff gathered in the conference room, the air thick with tension. Caitlin stood at the head of the table, her presence commanding. I came here today like this for a reason, she began. I wanted to see how customers are treated when no one knows who they are. She let her words settle before continuing. What I experienced today was disappointing. I was judged based on my appearance, not my worth, and I'm not here to single anyone out, but we need to talk about what that says about this dealership's culture. Elena sat silently, eyes downcast. This isn't just about me, Caitlin continued. It's about every person who walks through those doors. From now on, Luxury Motors will be known not just for its cars, but for how we treat people with respect, inclusivity, and fairness. A murmur of agreement spread through the room. Caitlin turned to Elena. I believe in second chances, but accountability comes first. Elena swallowed hard. I understand I was wrong, and I'll do whatever it takes to make this right. Caitlin nodded. Actions speak louder than words. Let's make sure this place to like this video and subscribe this channel. Thank you.